When an economy collapses, politicians scramble, they scatter, markets panic, debt becomes a weapon. But what if collapses aren't failures? What if they are onboarding events? I will show you why the next economic reset isn't a doom scenario. It is an opportunity to redesign entire nations like early stage startups. Now, let's start with the problem that is global collapse cycles. Every decade, we repeat the same ritual. Markets inflate, debt spirals, institutions freeze, then collapse. It is the same operating system running the same bug. Recession is not chaos. It is a signal that the system architecture is outdated. But here is the uncomfortable truth that no one at Davos says out loud. Our economic systems weren't designed for modern velocity. Capital flows slower than innovation. Ownership is still built on 20th century assumptions. Governance is optimized for stability, not adaptability. That mismatch is the real collapse. So we move to the system. That is economies as startups. Now here's the reframing that changes everything. Treat nations the way founders treat startups, not metaphorically, but structurally. Startups only survive by constantly re-architecting. I'm talking about rapid iteration, continuous reinvestment, incentive alignment, shared ownership, feedback-driven capital allocation. When you apply this logic to an economy, you get a system that doesn't collapse. It evolves. Now imagine a world where debt is equity, citizens are shareholders, taxes behave like reinvestment rounds, government operates like product teams, BlackRock act as a liquidity stabilizer, the IMF and World Bank function like global incubators for nations. The system already exists in pieces, but no one has integrated it. Now, to my solution, that is the founder state model. Here is the operational blueprint. First, or one, convert national debt to shared equity instrument. Now, instead of endless interest cycles, countries issue growth-linked equity note. Citizens, institutions, and even diaspora communities share upside. Resets become investment, not punishment. Two, rebuild capital flows like startup cash flow. Capital must move at the speed of innovation. That is real-time fiscal dashboards, dynamic tax routing, algorithmic reinvestment triggers. Public finance here becomes a living system. Three, let entrepreneurs architect national dividends. Founders are closest to innovation velocity. They should or must co-design national wealth engines. I'm talking about founder-managed economic zones, public-private venture ecosystems, revenue-sharing infrastructure models. This is where the next Tesla or even the next Singapore scale platform emerges. 4. Treat economic reset as product rebuild. Every collapse is a sprint cycle. The question is not how do we survive, it is what new system do we build next? This is the transformation no current institution is structurally built for, but every one of them needs. And that is where I step in. I design playbooks that make nations, investors, and founders work on the same architecture. This isn't consulting, it is system re engineering. Share this with your network because I know it is helpful.